not to go, etc., etc. But when you go there and you see the people and you meet the people, I think that experience is very, very important. In terms of charity work, obviously we're a humanitarian organization, and each year what we do is we have various projects running throughout the country, we go one step ahead. For us, transparency is very important, and that's why each year we take a group of our supporters, our friends from the UK, to Pakistan so that they can see exactly where the money is being spent. And that was part of the trip that myself and M went to 2 weeks ago to Pakistan.
Now, looking at the photographs and what M said, Pakistan is a country that can match any of the Western cities and so on. Is it a country where, you have the haves and the have-nots, and the demarcation between the two is stark?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that was one of when we designed this actual trip, this 1 week trip to Pakistan, that's exactly what we had in mind. You do get to see, the malls in Islamabad, in Karachi, in various areas. And you think that, are you in Pakistan, or are you in, like M said, in LA or in London? But at the same time, we also went into the communities where the real work, the humanitarian work that we do actually takes place. And there is such a stark reality. I mean, I remember last year when we went to a region in Sindh called Tharparkar, and it's literally like, it's like going back in time. You read about 200 years ago how villages used to be, how people used to be, and that was the experience that we had. It was a 14-hour drive from Karachi. When we got there, it was like they had no electricity, they didn't know what a radio was or the internet. In fact, they didn't even have a simple basic apparatus such as a calculator. And for them, and even going further than that, what is really shocking was that, with the Urdu alphabet, Alif, Anar, Be, Bakri, etc., they had their own Urdu alphabet. The reason being was because many of the words that are used in the national, alphabet, which is taught in the primary schools, many of the words, they've never seen those items. So they developed their own alphabet based on what they see in their village. And these are people who, throughout their lives, never actually step out of their villages. And they need schools, they need healthcare, they need all the support that we can provide. And that's why charities like us and many other charities are doing a great job by supporting those people.
Is it just charities in the Western world that are doing the work, or are there local efforts in Pakistan as well?
There is a lot of excellent, internationally recognized civil society organizations within Pakistan. I know we always tend to see negative news in the media about Pakistan, even the charity organizations there, but there are still a lot of excellent work being done, within the community, within community-based organizations throughout Pakistan, and it's just a case of finding them and supporting them.
Tell us about some of the work that you've done, how you've transformed lives over there in Pakistan.
Absolutely. We've been around for 15 years now. The organization name is Muslim Charity, and our kind of focus or main areas of work from the outset was to do with healthcare and education. So what we've been doing in Pakistan is we've actually constructed and we run maternity hospitals, 5 maternity hospitals in Pakistan and Kashmir. And at the same time, we also work closely with the district governments, and we've supported around about 20 government hospitals where we provide items such as incubators, medical equipment, some of which we saw in our trip 2 weeks ago. And at the same time, in terms of education, we support the government girls' primary schools as part of our Supporting Our Sisters campaign. And that's about renovating schools. There are so many schools, coming back to that example of Tharparkar, that was an area where there was a government girls' primary school registered within the paperwork of the government and so on. But when you actually went to see it, all it was a teacher sitting under a tree. They didn't even have the funds to construct a boundary wall or a latrine or a classroom. And that's where charities like us come in. We provide that hardware and then we support the government so that they can continue educating the children of the future.
Fantastic work, Maroof. Finally, what advice would you give to women who may want to travel to Pakistan by themselves?
All I would do is pass the advice on that I had. Although I heard that Pakistan has the modern part and women do wear Western clothes, it's a situation of when in Rome. And really, if you look like the locals, you will be more acceptable, and you get less people looking at you, and you will be less alienated. And what I would say is, wear salwar kameez, follow the rules, let people know, but be very, very, very organised. I spoke to people like ShakirQureshi from England who gave me great advice, but also gave me great contacts. And that's one thing. First of all, I would say, do as the Romans do. I would wear the clothes that they wear in Pakistan. I would blend